Well, tell me, Maurice, your thousands of viewers out there are wanting to know what's happening in Africa.
Into Africa?
Right.
Yes, a mute point. The aircraft is generally spread across Kenya. The engine is in one airfield and the airframe is in another. And now, due to the chaos over there, purely to get an engine checked for a propeller strike, I've been stuck there now for six months, and that means my MOT insurance has run out. That means I'm now up to my neck in British paperwork for a British registered aircraft in one of the old colonies, without the influence that we had back in the First World War. That's my current problem.
I mean, naive people like me think, oh, you landed in the middle of nowhere, you could fly it out because there's nobody there to worry, but it's not like that. There's a bureaucracy.
Would I do a thing like that?
Quite so.
Perish the thought.
No, quite. But we did notice you put floats on it, or there was a picture appeared that had floats on it. I thought, well, there's obviously some fiendish plot going on here.
That's plan D. No, that's plan F. I've got my floats at last from Alaska, which I bought just before I had engine failure near Hiroshima in Japan about 6, 7, 8 years ago, and landed in the main street of, not the main street, in a back street of Kanazawa. And those floats have now been delivered to Devon, and I was thinking of shipping them out to Nairobi, right, and doing the rest of the flight on floats.
But why? Because Africa to me looks to be mostly land. Floats don't seem to be quite the right sort of thing.
Yes, but it's
Am I naive?
My schoolboy dream is to land on Lake Victoria,
right,
and to fly down the Zambezi,
right,
land on the river, camp with my primers. These schoolboy things, you never forget them.
But the government's allow you to do those schoolboy things anymore?
Well, I'll come to that later. Yes.
you will, inevitably. Obviously the aircraft is not flyable at the moment.
The engine is too far. My father was famous, being a famous veterinary surgeon. He used to tell me as a veterinary student, with cats, if they were in a road traffic accident, you know, and they had broken legs and this, that, and that, and Dad used to say, as long as the pieces are in the same room, they will mend. And that's the way I look at my aeroplanes,
right, spread
spread across Kenya.
Because it did look, from some of the film you were saying, it did look quite promising at one stage. It wasn't far away from flying, but
yeah, no, I'm tied down with bureaucracy now, and short of money. Hence, here I am in Brittany trying to sell the odd house for 20,000 euros to finance to get to Cape Town.
Right.
But I'll get there.
I mean, it is the intention to fly it there. You wouldn't transport it there by any other means.
Well, the authorities in the engineering firm are a bit of a headache. Just to put an engine together. I now realise I should have shipped her back to America to be rebuilt and back again. I would have been away by now 3 months. I would have now had the aeroplane on a boat dismantled to Rio de Janeiro, to the Rio de Janeiro, whatever it's called, to fly to the Falklands.
Right.
And from the Falklands I intend to fly down to Cape Horn.
Right, that sounds like a rather adventurous place to be going in a little aircraft like that with how many cylinders is the engine?
I'm not sure. I think there are 4.
4 cylinders. Right.
Yeah, that's a little Volkswagen engine basically.
Well, that's what I thought. I was looking at it on the bench there when you had. I thought that looks like a VW engine to me.
Well, it's nothing different. Designed pre-war.
Right.
I think mine was built just after the war.
Right. I was amazed that there are still people who've got these aircraft around. There seem to be quite a lot of them.
Yeah, but we're a shrinking group of gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, some ladies. I met some fantastic ladies in Kenya with their own aeroplanes. Most of them tail draggers. That's with a tail wheel on the back, touching the ground.
Dakotas.
Yeah. No, I didn't say a Dakota, but there were ancient old American airplanes there.
Right.
Dream, absolute aviator's dream. Oh yeah.
But can you? I mean, it does seem the sort of place you could fly around in a little aircraft. There's space to do it. Does the bureaucracy allow you to do that in Africa?
Yeah, but don't do what I did, and that's in Sudan. I mean,
well, of course, all the stupid places to land was Sudan, wasn't it? I mean, it is a hostile place on the edges, isn't it?
Well, I'm afraid I've got to have this roaming, walkabout attitude. It looked rather pleasant.
Right.
And I landed, but in amongst the sand dunes and the cactus and the thorn. Right. Thorn. Oh dear, acacia.
Right.
Wow, did I nearly lose my left foot with poisoning? Wow, that was close to every day I was feeling for the bubbles for Clostridium gangrene. I was very close to losing that foot.
I mean, just in case we put this bit of film out and somebody sees it, I mean, would money solve the problem?
Well, for me in Africa, yes. Yes, I'm afraid that's all that they live by. Yes, I'm afraid it is. But I've run out due to a sign of ill-spent youth. Is it? I don't know. Wives. Je cherche ma troisième femme. I'm here looking.
You've said that a couple of times. That's beginning to worry me a little bit. Well, which is the priority, the aircraft or the troisième femme?
Well, I have a spare seat, and they kept asking me all through Egypt, all through Sudan, why do you have a spare seat? I was interviewed in Italy, and they said, why are you flying on your own? No one else is.
Well, I've looked at the film of this aircraft, but I couldn't see much evidence of a spare seat. It's almost filled up with fuel cans and things, and a year's supply of sandwiches. Is what
if a young lady of any age, that's a bit Freudian, wishes to come with me, I can assure you I'll find room.
You will, okay.
For the fuel.
Okay, anything else you want to tell me about aircraft? I mean, you're still optimistic. It will happen.
Yes.
If it didn't happen, would anybody there buy it off you? Would you dare part with it?
Not for sale.
No, it's not for sale.
Registration like that? No. I may have a granddaughter shortly, I may have a grandson shortly, and there will be a little airplane for he or she to learn to fly on.
Right. Okay, we'll move on to another subject which I want to discuss with you.